Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. No judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you, and I think you'll have to listen, because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be as bright as the sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so bright, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give, something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now I know. Baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give, something's telling me it's right. When you came to me, oh I knew it's you, yeah, boy.
Hey family, how's everybody doing? You guys come on in. Come on in. Make sure you hit the like button and share the live right now as we get into this. Share the live, share the live, share the live, you guys. You don't share the live, you're not helping. You're not helping. I'm going to give a shout out to everybody that came in first, second, and third on our popcorn. You know how we do it. And that would be Sanja Watts, Woke the God, and Margie is number 3. Sanja, your number 7929840. Woke the God, 7929839. And then Margie, your number 7929838. I want to give a shout out even to Miss Dee Dee. Because she been coming in here and everything. And sometimes, you guys, I give that 4th ticket. So I'm going to give that ticket to her. So, Dee Dee, I'm going to put you in there. And the reason that everybody going to be like, why? Because you still said popcorn. And sometimes we do it like that. And I have my own reason, but I ain't going to say why. But I'm going to give you one, Miss Dee Dee. I'm just looking at some things that's going on here, you guys. Don't be saying, everybody's like, you favoring people. No, you realize, trust me. Sometimes I got to do what I got to do to, but I don't have to explain it why, but there's a reason why. So I'm doing that, and because I think that's fair. So everybody get in there when they have to get in there. So it's in there, okay. So anyway, hey Lisa Taylor, how you doing? I see you in the building. And Tina Powers, I see you in the building. And everything is all good, you guys. Let me tell you something. I've got some news that you guys two things. Two things. What do you guys want to hear first? Okay? You want to hear about an old case that we cover. And I know there's a case that you guys is not covering, but if you're watching the Young Thug case, I got some stuff to tell you about that case that I know you did not know. But if you're following that case and you want to hear the backside story, you know what? We need to have another. We need to call it the backside story. I don't know. Our other channel is the After Hours, and we haven't been on there in a while, but we need to. We need to go back over there and get on there, even if we just walking with Diesel. I didn't walk with Diesel today. I was tired. I was drained. I went in there, went to work. I tell y'all, I went in there, went to work, made my money, and came home. Like, I really don't try to mingle with people and all that other stuff. I just do what I'm supposed to do and come home. That's the only way you keep a job really for a long time. Just everybody be like, oh, how's your day? And then they want you to chitter chatter, want you to tell them what you're doing, tell them who you're married to, tell them how many kids you got, tell them where you work at. If you just shut your mouth, go to work, don't tell them nothing else, let them figure it out. And you'll stay there longer. That way they can't say nothing. They can't be like, oh, she want to do this. And can't nobody be jealous of you if they don't know you. They can't. They might be jealous of the way you look or what you wear or what you driving, but they can't be really jealous. So I'm going to get into what is going on, because nobody ain't told me what they want to hear. Ain't nobody. Hey, Valerie, how you doing? I see you in the building. How are you doing? So, I'm going to share with you something. It's not bad news. She said those stories should be for ratchet stories that we can't talk about on here. Exactly. And, C.S. Banks says, Young Thug, okay, so you want to know what's going on? Let me tell you something. Anybody that's watching the Young Thug trial, it really doesn't have a lot to do with kid. The only thing about the kid on that was that when when they was shooting at Woody grabbed the kid, his baby, because they was walking out to the car or something, and had put the babies in the car, and they ran in the house, and they was shooting at Woody while he had the baby in the hand. And that, Woody just, he's one of those, they call, snitch, rat, whatever. He been down to that court, house, talking to all the police, telling them everything. And he wonder why nobody wants to talk to him. Why nobody wants to be his friend. Why everybody want to kill him. Because he telling on everybody. But he don't tell on himself. Right? Okay, so anybody that's following that case, just put a 3 in the chat. Because I don't want to just be talking to one person. But C6, I feel you. She was like, say something about the Young Thug case, because I'm watching that. Well, I didn't get to see it today. And I didn't go over everything yesterday, because they're going over so many videos. It's just boring to me. But I know Woody is telling. I'll go over it tonight. Because it's not good if you're missing everything in the hood. Hey, what's going on? This is SP.
Hey, SP, this is Miss Bell.
Hey.
Girl, I turned to that channel, Young Thug, for entertainment. I say that thing got a theory. I don't know if he's on for the witness or what. He must be the snitch.
He is the snitch.
Yeah, he was standing away. The prosecutor, whoever was questioning, did they stink? He kept on being there and say, how old are you? Grown. I said, oh, Lord. I said, is this a real court case?
No. You know what he's doing? Let me share some with you. He's making a name for himself. When he gets done, he is going to be famous.
You think so?
Okay, so you know they had an ex parte, did not include the defense. They were talking to him and the prosecutor and the judge all together and did not invite the defense, right?
Right.
That is grounds for a mistrial, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, he told the prosecutor when she comes to give him, to speak to him and ask him questions, you stink, like, covering up his mouth and stuff, talking about that, you stink. He acting like he's freaking retarded.
I thought that's what it was.
Okay, and you know what? He is somewhat, but okay, you remember his attorney went out of town, so he had him a substitute attorney, right?
Right.
Let me tell you something. Remember he got on the stand and they was like, woo, woo, woo. She the one that told the other attorneys that they had a meeting without y'all.
Oh, yeah. Because I think, didn't he?
And the judge was mad about it, right?
Yeah.
And the judge was going to lock up Mr. Steele because the judge was like, I think I know where you got that information from, right?
Yeah.
And Mr. Steele wouldn't tell them where he got the information from. So he was like, I'm going to hold you in contempt until you tell me, blah, 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 blah. I mean, they went rounds and rounds and rounds.
Uh-huh.
And Mr. Steele said, I ain't got to tell you where, but y'all had a whole conversation. And guess what? You know what? That shows you crookedness in the system.
Yeah.
And so now they asked for the transcript. And the judge is like, we're trying to get that prepared for you. Listen, hold on. It shouldn't take you 2 weeks.
No.
Just give us the video of what was said and the transcript. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because that's a big thing. That's attorney cost there.
So now y'all taking out stuff, deleting stuff. They don't want it deleted. They want to know what was said right then.
Right.
And the judge is mad.
Yeah, the same thing that I'm asking to accuse himself, and he says no. I said, but they say him and the prosecutor got something going on. That was on one of the things. I said, I'm gonna have to watch that. I said, oh my goodness, and this been going for almost 80-something days, 90-something days now.
95, 96 days.
I said, goodness. I say they just going on and on and on. After a while, they gonna get tired and just probably just set him free.
Oh yeah, of course. But check this out. You remember Woody got on the stand and they were talking about his attorney or such and such. And he told them she fired.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, no form, nothing.
Do you want to hear the backside story of that?
Yeah.
You want to hear it?
Yeah, I gotta do it.
Okay, she's the one that told everybody, hey, they having an ex parte a meeting with y'all, meeting with Woody, and this was said, and they coercing him and all this other stuff. Girl, let me tell you something. Woody, listen, because I know everybody in the chat is going to say, shut the front door. Woody and that attorney that he fired, that he said she fired, they have a relationship going on. And if the plan was for him to fire her, but they were doing the Humpty Hump.
Oh Lord, shut the front door, the back door. You're gonna find this funny, and I'm gonna get back in the chat. I got kicked out the biopsy today. They were supposed to do a lung biopsy, right?
Yeah.
They kicked me out. I said, I can't stop acting up. They just said, no, we're gonna have to reschedule it.
Oh, okay. A reschedule.
Yeah, but no, they kicked me out. And so they sent me down to the emergency because my pressure was going. I had a lot of anxiety.
Okay.
That chest pain. We can't do a biopsy with her chest and her. She's had heart attack. I was like, look, whatever y'all gonna do, you better do while I got the nerve. Because otherwise, I'm getting up and walking the hell up out of here. So
Right.
Mom, do that. I said, yeah, I can. I said, one mistake, you cancel the one for two. Put it to Friday.
Right.
When they're playing this game with me, I'm out.
Right.
So I said, no, it's letting me know I shouldn't go through with this today. And Cece was mad because I done got up at 6 o'clock in the morning to take me to the hospital. Well, let me get back to the chat. I didn't know he done slept at this time.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, I'm back to the chat.
Alrighty.
Okay, bye.
Bye. I woke the guy says allegedly the judge told him. No, it's not allegedly. The judge told him that in front of everybody. That if he didn't tell everything that he said before, that he would hold him in contempt. And he also told him that he would hold him until the other people that was tried. And so it would be forever and everything. And I mean, they really did a lot to this, to Woody. This trial is a mistrial altogether. It's just crazy. That right there. And guess who's telling it all? The attorney that he fired is telling everybody. She was like, yeah, that's what's going on. Okay, you guys, I told you we're not going to be on here long. I'm just not going to do it. Not going to be on here long. We don't have to stay on here for all day, every day. She said, Miss Tina said, girl, she said, what did you say? Girl, stop it. Yeah, I'm telling you. Okay, you guys, let's get into a little of the logistics of an old case that we all fell in love with. Miss Freddie, she hit me up, and she's keeping an eye on this case for us. And let me go to her link. She said, not today, Satan. Not today. Not today. But she says, I found this and I want to share it on the Cupcake McKinney case. Shut the front door! Everybody say SP. Shut up. Shut up. What you finna say? Okay, so I'm finna tell you. What it says. Okay, this is on the Cupcake McKinney case. Everybody put Cupcake McKinney in the chat. So, Patrick Stallworth appeared in court. And what happened was, it's not no big breaking news, but they canceled or they rescheduled the court. Now, he was on federal charges, just like the girl, whatever her name is. I can't remember her name. Her name, Quintessa. And they're seeking the death penalty. So now they're supposed to be going to the federal court for the death penalty. Because right now, both of them was found guilty for the murder and kidnapping of Cupcake. So they have to go on these other charges, which is pretty much the same charges because, kidnapping a kid and planning to kill a kid, they're seeking the death penalty. Now, the funny thing about the whole situation, like I said, the federal court has not given the information to the attorneys, so they, when they tried them before, well, they already tried them with the federal, but now with the state. But still, nevertheless, I'm sorry, I said that backwards. The state is seeking the death penalty for Patrick Stallworth and Quintessa Brown. So Quintessa will be going to court after Patrick goes to court. So they have stalled the proceedings so that the federal will give them all the information they need, because they still got all the evidence over there. She said, girl, bye. Okay, so Quintessa is in the psychic ward, trying to stay at the psychic ward to say that she is incompetent to stand trial, while Patrick Stallworth attorney and them is like I said, they were supposed to have a date that because for the trial to see if he gets the death penalty. See, some of this what you guys don't understand. They're gonna be in jail. They're in prison. Their sentence was that they be incarcerated in prison without parole. Life. They're in prison. Both of them is in prison for life without the possibility of parole. But also, now they're getting ready to go to court for the death penalty. So Patrick Stallworth attorney was like, hey, no. We don't have all the information. We can't keep going on. And that's right. They're right about that. They don't have the information. The feds still have all the evidence, and it takes some time for them to get it. The judge is like, what? So we're gonna have to just put out another date. And so they're like, okay, until they get the information from the feds. But it doesn't really matter. They're in jail for life without the possibility of parole. Now, but Quintessa's like this. Quintessa's like, you know what? I'm in jail, but I'm not gonna be able to stand trial because I'm incompetent. I'm just telling you the way they going. She said, girl, bye. Let me see if I can. I'm just telling you. So let me share this with you at first, if you guys don't know back. So, Patrick Stallworth was one of the two suspects charged with capital murder in the death of 3-year-old Camille Cupcake McKinney. Is now set to go to trial in September. Now, so they were trying to get ready for everything. So the status hearing set for Monday, March the 4th, was pushed to June the 18th. So June the 18th came and passed the same day that Corey Bigsby got sentenced. They were due to go to court June the 18th. So due to a delay with biological evidence that cannot be duplicated being held up in appeals court. Okay, so I'm just letting you guys know it was delayed with biological evidence. So, biological evidence that cannot be duplicated being held up in appeals court. Biological evidence is probably going to say who's the baby daddy. You know what? If they come out and say Patrick is that baby's daddy, I am gonna lose a gasket. I am. I'm gonna lose a gasket, you guys. But Stallworth and Derek Brown were each convicted in federal court on kidnapping resulting in the death. Each was given life without parole. Stallworth trial is scheduled to begin September the 19th, you guys. So That is a date we can look for, September the 19th. Sometimes we have to say these things in front of everybody because when I don't remember, you guys, I say, well, what day was it, you guys? Somebody tell me. Remember? We said it. Remember September the 19th. Okay? And I'm commenting on this article has ended. Normally there are extra. No. See, other people like to get in and stuff. Just give me the meat. I'm a meat and potato person. Hey Danielle, how you doing? Hey Valerie. She said I'm gonna be done with all of them. So, yeah, I wanted you guys to know that is the reason they said what they're saying. Let me see here. New hearing date set. Let me see if we can hear this real quick. It's all good. So it was supposed to be heard on June the 18th, and Patrick was in his red and his white jail uniform, stripes going across, not up and down, you guys, but stripes that's going across, red and white. Boy, new hearing day. And I don't know if you guys, let me see here. Oh, Lord. Let me see. Why do this not playing where we can hear what's going on?
Murder charges. This is just a difficult case to recount. A judge setting a new hearing date for Patrick Stallworth. Tristan Rupert in that courtroom today and joins us now live to this update. Tristan, what can you tell us?
That's right, Sarah. Undoubtedly, many are frustrated. They were expecting to see some progress in the state's really trial against Patrick Stallworth. But again, like you said, a new hearing date has been set for September. As far as what happened here today, Judge May telling the courtroom that they're unable to move forward because much of the evidence is still in federal custody. He said, quote, "Where we find ourselves is unfortunately exactly where we found ourselves last hearing." Now, Judge May says he doesn't see any other way to do it but to allow the federal appeals process to run its course. Then the state will have access to the necessary evidence. Now, remember, Stallworth and Derek Brown were both found guilty of federal kidnapping charges in Cupcake's death. They were sentenced to life in prison. Now, Judge May said it could be 2-3 months, maybe even longer, but he doesn't expect that process, the appeals process it is, to be done by September. Now, instead, Judge May placing both Stallworth and Derek Brown's cases on an administrative hold. And again, another status hearing has been set for September. And as you may recall, the state is seeking the death penalty in the capital murder cases against both Stallworth and Brown. We'll keep you updated on everything you need to know about both those cases until then. Reporting in Birmingham, Tristan Rupert, WBRC Fox 6 News, on your side.
Okay, so you guys heard pretty much I told you what they said, and that's just the way it is. So, you know, yeah, Sanja said they will never be ready. Yeah, they're gonna have to be ready because so we've got June, July, August, September. He's giving them 90 days. He's giving them 90 days. But you got to remember, this is for the death penalty. So, and you know what? That's going to be a long wait because usually they do all their appeals. They make sure, you know, everything is done. But the death penalty, you guys, that's how crazy this is. Because at the end of the day, I believe that they're going to get the death penalty, and we're gonna stay on the channel until we see that this end. I mean, it might take 4 or 5 years. I don't know. They just don't go, okay, you get the death penalty 2 years from now, we're gonna kill you. I mean, they run the whole course. It literally takes like almost 15-20 years before they, you know, kill a person. But I mean, you know, wow. I mean, this is crazy. I understood that they were seeking the death penalty for See, this case, it deserved the death penalty. It really did. It deserved the death penalty, and it was actually, this case was worse than Cody. If you guys understand what I'm saying, like, the reason why I say worse, I'm not saying the baby was not as valuable. Cody wasn't as valuable as Cupcake. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying the case itself, like what actually happened. Like, we don't know what happened to Cody. We don't know what happened to Cody. All we know is this big grown husky man. I want to say musty, but I'm gonna say husky. Let me see, when do I go back to work? I go back to work tomorrow. Okay, so I work Saturday and Sunday. Dang, y'all be doing me in. That's okay though. That's okay. And I'm gonna be off the 24th and the 25th. I don't know. I might have to work one of them days up in there. They might say, "Hey, you wanna work?" I'll be like, whoa. I'm trying to get another day up in there, because the 26th, so the 29th, so the 16th to the 20th, so the 16th to the 29th, and I've only got 2 days. I really need another day up in there. Yeah, like, yeah. I don't know. I'm just gonna chill. I'm just gonna chill. I would like another day, so when my birthday come. Anyway, I'm sorry, you guys. I was looking like, shoot, if I had another day up in there, we can just do the darn thing. But you know, you can't do too much overtime. You get burnt out, and when you get burnt out, then you lose your job, because you're like, people done got on your nerves. The minute I started doing overtime, they started doing some foul stuff. Do this, do that, do too hard, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what the heck, whatever. So, nevertheless, you guys, I ain't gonna worry about it, though. I'm just not. I ain't gonna worry about it. It is what it is. Yep. Let me cut this, because this don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Da. So, you just gotta do what you gotta do. Anyway, go get them Benjamins, boo. Yeah. I gotta make sure everything gonna be right for y'all. You know. So we can have fun. Boy, if y'all only knew what I wanted to do and what I gotta do, it's a whole different ball game. But nevertheless, it's all good. It's all good. Anyway, let's see here. What I was trying to say, it sounds to me like another court case. Sorry, I was busy with my hands. Were you okay with it? Let me see what you guys are saying. If anybody got anything that they wanna on the Corey Bixby case, on the Cupcake case, I know I gotta give Valerie Montgomery a ticket. She called in, so if she's in the building or she around, I'm letting her know. I'm putting her name down, Valerie M. 7929841. I threw you in there. You called in, and because this is an open panel, so if anybody got anything that they want to say, I got my phone right here. You can call in. Now, don't get mad because I rush you off, because sometimes, sometimes people just, once you said it, you said it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But anything that you got to say about Cody, the Cupcake case. I am watching the trial on the Young Thug, you guys. I'm just letting you guys know. That's the way it is. I didn't see. Let me see. Has I missed a call? Because my phone says I missed 3 calls on my phone. So, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah. We definitely doing the darn thing. We definitely is. So I give people, I know it takes time, so I have to give you time. Somebody told me, you tell us this, and then you be like, I'm gone, and then they be like, because there is I wouldn't say a lag or a lapse in the time, because I've noticed that when I'm on the phone, I'm on live, and then I come on the live on my phone just to see how it sound, if I can hear myself. By the time I hear it, I'll be ready to go or whatever. So I'm giving that time. But yeah, I seen that, and on she said both of them know it. Cupcake wanted to live her life too. Yeah, she did. Hey, Miss Tina Paris, how you doing?
All right, how you? Hey.
What's going on?
Nothing. Well, I'm glad that Corey got locked up.
You glad Corey got locked up? Yeah. Yeah.
But with this case, the Cupcake case, it sounds just like it.
You think it's just like it? Or do you think this case with Cupcake was bad? It was horrible. Because you know why? This baby really was kidnapped.
Yes, yes.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like, we don't know what happened to Cody. We don't know if he was poisoned, he was
That's true.
beat, he got sick. We don't know. But we know. See, that's why sometimes I tell people, do you really want to know? We know that Cupcake was beaten with a hammer.
She was murdered too.
She was murdered, and she was scared, and they gave her drugs.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, we know that, and that's what makes it. That's why sometimes I tell people, do you really want to know? Sometimes we think we want to know. We really don't want to know.
Right.
Because you can have I have nightmares that I can't even watch. Like traumatic killings and stuff like that, and monsters and stuff. I can't. I will have nightmares for days.
For months, for me, for months.
Yeah.
Hey, I know that this is not part of the open pet part of the case.
Go ahead.
But did Mahogany Jackson's killers go for death row? Did they do that trial yet?
Mahogany Jackson.
She was part of Montgomery, Alabama too.
Oh, I don't know.
So I gotta go back over on my personal time. But anyway, yeah, sometimes you just don't want to know what happened to these kids, Cupcake was horrible.
Yeah.
Cupcake was horrible.
I think Cupcake was like maybe our second case.
Yes.
And it came out of nowhere. It was like we was live and somebody was like, did you hear about this baby that's missing? And we were there like right at the front while they were looking for the child. It was like that day. That very day we were like, and we couldn't even believe hey, what do you mean she was at a birthday party? And then we found out a birthday party she wasn't even invited to,
Right, that's the messed up thing,
and then we couldn't even believe that. It's like, but Yeah, she was at a party that dropped off at a party that she wasn't even invited to. Like, they just see that's just like, what's call him had a joke. What was it like? Kevin Hart and them, like going to a family reunion, just stopping at the park, seeing somebody having a family reunion and acting like you part of the family and you get to eat and all that other. That's kind of like what that is. So you drop your kid, a baby, 3 years old, at a party that she wasn't even invited to because she see all the kids. You just can't do that. Where do they do that at?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the end of the day, see, a lot of people didn't understand. Why did you not stay with? If you dropping the baby off and she at a party that she wasn't invited to, she don't know nobody. We couldn't understand. We couldn't believe that. Like, are you freaking serious? And then you didn't even stay with the child? And she 3, so she in a diaper.
Yeah.
Or pull up, whatever, same thing. She in a pull up, and you're nowhere to be found. People's like, you're hard, SP, you're hard on the mom. I'm like, no, that is unacceptable.
And then the baby, he was trying to tell the cops, and they shooting him. What do you mean? You ain't gonna shoot me?
Right. And what that baby was saying, that's how they caught them. That's what the baby said. Oh, he don't know what he talking about. And I mean, we were playing that stuff, and we were playing it, and we was looking at it, and it was unfolding right in front of our eyes, like, And then we'd go back over and try to find everybody that had a video, everybody that knew anybody in the vicinity. And then that's where Freddie lives. She lives there. And then, because everybody was coming up with some bull crap, stupid stuff and all this other stuff. I ended up talking to Quintessa. I reached out to her and invited her to call me, and she did. And I and I'm, with her whole family, her sister, her aunt, her mother. I talked to all of them, her cousin. I talked to all of them. And then I ended up talking to Patrick's aunt. And information was relayed from his mom to the aunt that, and I tried to tell everybody, at the end of the day, you know what she said? She told me, she said, he did this. And I said, did somebody pay him? Because, everybody was like, no, somebody paid him, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You know what? I did not want to believe this. But the aunt on Quintessa's side, she said to me, she said, SP, there's not no big story behind it. They just wanted to do this. And I was like, why would they just want to do this? It's an infatuation. Like, this is not the first time. But that they did it. This is not the first time. And I was like, girl, I ain't trying to hear that. I'm listening. Sometimes people, when they tell you something, believe what they say. She's like, you want to think that somebody had to pay them. There was something to do with drugs or blah, 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 blah. I'm pretty sure there's more to the story, but because they was looking for that particular child.
Yeah.
So then we ended up talking to Calvin. We pulled him out the bushes. Because he, and he was like, hey, because at the end of the day, we as a good family and team, we stuck together. We had meetings. We knew what to say. He came right on in the building. That tells you people watch.
Yeah.
And then Nolan, when April was found in the cash house, Nolan called in.
Yep.
I mean, everybody, and then April called in a couple of times too.
Yeah.
They were getting, they was getting mad. They was wondering how they getting all this information. How, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's
But
because this she's got the best mods in town.
yeah, we was getting that information. We was pulling them. We were pulling them wires. I mean, but we had already, some people was calling, acting like they were this person, they were that person, they was a detective, and they couldn't say nothing. I couldn't say nothing. Couldn't find out. They just was people. That's what I try to tell people all the time. Because people call you, and they can be whoever they want to be. I have people tell me all the time, "Oh, I'm an attorney," and then you sitting there like, "Okay, well, show me your license," and then that's when the phone don't work. Or you got people, "I'm a detective." Okay, well, give me your badge number. Give me your name. But
It just
yeah, they don't have that information at that time, or they got a phone call, or their phone FaceTime. They can't do that. I mean, and I'm just being honest on that case right there. I did have some information on the inside, but the person who said who they was not. But I never did disclose who that person was, and I never will. Um, because at the end of the day, sometimes people want to help. They kept wanting to tell me that um Patrick was innocent.
Patrick ain't innocent in my two left shoes.
Yeah, they wanted to keep telling me Patrick was innocent. And guess what? Patrick's auntie told me. She said, "This is what she said." I got it recorded. I got it recorded what she said. But I mean, you guys already heard it. But she said, "No, nobody didn't have to pay him to do that."
Right.
And I couldn't believe when she said that. And that's what I love about when we really that's when we was really getting down and dirty and getting in there. I mean, but then guess what? We had a whole room of people. This is what I tell people all the time. Just because I'm not getting down and dirty doesn't mean I can't. I know how to get down and dirty, get in there, get information, get people to talk and call, know how to contact, A to B to B to C to C to D. I know how to do that, and I know how to get in there and get information nobody else ever have, and all this other stuff. It's just right now, um, a lot of people that just comes in for information and then go running somewhere else. They need to go somewhere else, because we're not trying to be that kind of a messy channel, like we're really wanting the facts. We're really wanting people to tell us.
No bull crap. No bull
And that's and just like that's more than that case. We did it on the what's the case with the on the King Hill case.
Oh my God. That one right there, SB, I'm telling you. That one right there touched me. And,
Yeah.
what's that other baby name? Amari.
Amari case. We got in there on the Amari case a little bit, and we got in there on the Malia Bass case.
Yes.
We got in there on the Malia Bass case, really big time.
Braylon.
Braylon, yeah, Braylon. We got in there on the Braylon case.
Yep.
Braylon was sad because you know what? I kind of knew. I'm gonna tell you something. I don't tell people my tricks, but I'm gonna share with you guys my trick on the Braylon case.
Well, I'm going to go back in the chat.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Bye.
Bye. So on the Braylon Noble case, you guys, we didn't have nobody down there for the Braylon case. We had Purple down there. Purple do what Purple do. I love Purple, but she hard headed. But anyway, had she did what I asked her to do, we would have found Braylon before anybody else. I told her to go to that pool, and she said, "No, I'm going across the street to the cemetery." See, that was for clout. I was like, man, okay, the next day, guess what? They found Braylon in the pool. I was mad, okay? I was furious. Y'all was in here. I know Sanja Watts was in here. I know Tina Powers was in here. I know Woke the God was in here. I know the mods was in here. I couldn't tell you who else was in here. If you was in here when all that happened and everything, I was distraught. And yeah, I was. If you was, in here when Margie, she says I was, okay. I was distraught. I'm millions of miles away, and I'm trying to tell you to do something, and you're doing the clout thing. I bet she never done this before, and we was leaning on trying to get somebody down there, and she was, trust and believe, but everybody has their own theory of what to do. Yeah, remember Margie said, you said check the pool. And she did not go check the pool. She turned around and went to that cemetery. Because remember that car came and almost hit her. And that car was flying. And we was like, get the tag number and all this other stuff. And blah, da, 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 da. You guys. And, man, oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. And then that early that morning, they found Braylon in that pool. You know what I'm saying? And I was furious. I was literally furious. But it's nothing you can do about it. You still okay, say for instance, this is why I tell you guys, and it's just the way it is. It's like when you can get somebody down there, but they just don't listen, there's nothing you can do about it. You still try to be cordial with them and things of that nature. Yeah, they doing the best they can. They do, and I'm pretty sure she was sick. She was sick behind. I was like, girl, had you went to the pool like I asked you to do. She was like, I know. We can't go and turn back the time. But look at the mistake you made. I mean, my goodness. It was crazy. Kathy's YouTube live, she said, I was here. Yeah. That when you have an upset like that, where we could have found the baby, the mama ended up, here's the thing, whoever threw that baby in the pool, they would be in jail right now. They got off. The mama got off. She did go tell the story. We didn't get to hear the story. She made a mistake. She got scared. Da 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 da. But they could have got caught. Because guess what? They got cameras over there. They would have seen who drove that car, who was in the car, all of that. So one mistake like that, they don't know who put the baby in the pool. They put the baby in the pool while we was live. And that right there was if you really realize something, it was very upsetting. It was very, very upsetting. And people come and they go. She is a part of this channel, so we're not going to speak bad or ill of her. I mean, that's my sister there. She did the best she can do. She thought she was doing right, by going across the street. That was a lot of clout or whatever. I was more interested. I tell her, hey, go over there, go over here, do this. She listened to everything I asked her to do but that. Yeah, I'm not blaming her. I'm just saying that's what happened. And that right there was like, that right there was like, I think that's when I really lost a lot of, my heart to put up with it, because you can't be everywhere. And I can't do it for a living because it don't pay nothing. It don't pay nothing. You know what I'm saying? What am I going to eat? Air burgers? You can only eat air burgers for so long. You know? Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. So, anyway, let me see. Somebody's texting me. Okay. So, anyway, you guys, anybody else got anything else that they want to share? This was open panel. Like I said, you know, it's just put your concerns out there, what you feel. That's my reactions on the Corey case. It's not over on that. She said a wish me sandwich. A wish me sandwich. I ain't never had a wish me sandwich. Wish me sandwich. Let me tell you something. I was at work last night, and I didn't have. They make you have these chaos cards that you have put money on, and that's the only way you can buy food. And I didn't have my card, so I'm at work, hungry. I had a client wanting to share me their food, but the funny, I wasn't that hungry. You stuck your hand in it, then I don't want none, cause y'all don't wash y'all hands, and I done seen y'all clean up yourself. No, thank you. I'd rather starve, you know. But people are good people. You know, I don't think people are bad people. I just don't. There's so many good people in the world. I think it outweighs the bad. It's just, I think some people get kind of complacent. They get tired of waiting. They get tired of coming home, not having anything to eat, and then they finally go, I'm gonna go get me something to eat. And then next thing you know, they're having problems. When in all reality, when people here's the thing: when people tell me something like, I'm hungry, I'm gonna tell you something, and it's just gonna be honest with you. There come times when I didn't have no food, or I might have a little money, like maybe like $20-$50 or something, and I got to get gas, and I don't know, try to save as much as I can, because you never know, you might, I don't know. But when you're down like that and you only got $100 or $50, $50 to $100 in your pocket or whatever, you don't want to go out and buy food. No, what you do is you go to, you start going to these churches, you start going to these places that have food. You know what I'm saying? Because you can get $200-$300 worth of food just by, they're open on certain days. So, you can't just be like, well, they just no, just find out what day that they're open and go to them and, get a watermelon, get a can of corn, get some bread. You don't want to spend your money on food when, there's food out there. And some of it you're going to eat and some of it you're not going to eat. I'm not going to ever tell you I ain't never went to a church and got food. Because I think it was just last year or 2 years ago, we got food, me and my husband. And, that's when that, now not saying that we were totally broke, but that would save us money for the gas that we need to get where we got to get, or pay a bill that needs to be paid. And so then when I go in the kitchen, I don't need a wish me sandwich. I don't need an air sandwich. I don't need a mayonnaise sandwich. I go in there and we got some hot dogs. I fried some hot dogs. They gave me some bread. So we ate that day. You can't be picky and choosy when you're starving, or it ain't even really called starving. It's just, you don't have no money and you want to eat something. But you're really starving when you don't have no concerns of what to eat. You eat things that you wouldn't eat. Yeah, the food banks, well, not just food banks, church. They may call it food banks at church, but just, like there's a church, and then you got to remember, I live in an area where it's just dominated white people. So the churches where I live at, they're white people. So when I come in, they know who I am, because guess what? I'm the black person that lives in this area. So they be like, let us help you. I be like, okay. They was like, what you need, sister? I be like, I need food. The universal language, food. And they be like, okay. And if my husband come in, they be like, y'all together? Well, we're two black people. He need food, I need food. Well, we giving it for the family? No, he need food and I need food. His food is not my food. You know what I'm saying? So we can have 2 bags of food. But they give us, they have given us toothpaste, when I was very grateful to have toothpaste to brush my teeth. They have given us deodorant before. And like I said, they might give you a pound of hamburger, maybe some bread, a can of corn, can of green beans, stuff like that, sometimes they give us vegetables and stuff like that, like a green pepper or something. I be wondering sometimes, I be like, why they gonna give people green pepper? You think people really need a green pepper when they don't have food? They don't care about spices and all of that stuff. They just want food. I can care less if I'm going to make some spaghetti that I got a green pepper. You give me spaghetti. You might give me some hamburger. I'm going to make some spaghetti out of that. I don't need a green pepper. Hello. And I'll wait for you to give me some sauce to put with it. But they always give you some ramen noodles. They always give you 4 or 5 bags of ramen noodles. That will last me a whole week. Like, I used to buy food a lot. Like $100, $200, $300 worth of food and come home and we just eat, walk to the kitchen, eat. I don't buy food like that no more because it's wasteful. My husband wastes a lot of food. So I buy food as we go. And it has saved me a ton of money. Yeah. I know I have. There is another culture that is taking over the food banks here. Are you talking about the food banks? Yeah. That's a hard pass. But anyway, you guys, it's just about survival. And, sometimes you think that this world is really a bad place. But, I have to always think about when God created the heavens and the earth in the first day, and at the beginning and things of that nature. I have to remember something that the Lord says as he was making these places and these times in the night from the day in the firmament and he separated them in the water, in the sky and all of that stuff. Sometimes when he made this stuff, he says, and it was good. And it was good. So in every day, in the next day, and it was good. So when sometimes some people say to me, they be like, today was a bad day. I say, no. The Lord said it was good. What you mean, Because, you got the present. You got life. Angels got to cater to us. And we are over everything. There are going to be some people that just not going to want to do the right thing. And hey, Zena, how you doing? Lisa Taylor. And so, that doesn't make the whole world bad. If you had a bad day, you say, I had a bad day. I don't even say I had bad days no more. Because there's no such thing as a bad day. God made each and every day. He made Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and he made Sunday. He made every day. Every day. And when he made a day, he said it was good. Whether it was Saturday or Sunday, it was a day. It's good. So maybe some terrible things has happened. It's just like, your child do something bad. Like, say, for instance, spill a pot of spaghetti on the floor. Oh, that's that's horrible. That's terrible, right? But that doesn't make the child horrible or terrible because they did something, whether they did it intentionally or unintentionally. That doesn't make the child bad. See what I'm saying? So just because you had a bad experience in that day doesn't make the day bad. it makes your experience bad, but not the day. You know? So I quit saying, oh, I had a terrible day. It was horrible. It was a bad day. It just didn't go the way I planned it to go. And, life goes on. I'm going to say this, and this is not to be racist or anything, because we are different. If my color is brown, black, whatever you want to call it, my culture is going to be different from someone that is white, Caucasian, or whatever, or pink, or whatever you want to call it. But if you analyze people in their culture, and you can see how they handle things or whatever, you probably can get along in life a little better. If you're thinking that they're getting along in life better than you, then maybe you need to do what they do. And I've learned something, you guys. Like, check this out. I look at other cultures. Mainly, I look at Spanish and I look at white cultures. The Spanish cultures, I'm not too happy with them. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm not too happy with them. But I don't seek a lot of information out of them. But I do seek a lot of information out of the white culture or the Caucasian culture. Because guess what? At the end of the day, if you really want to be honest with yourself, they the one got the money. So, you got to see, why do they got money? Why they got the money? And some people going to say, well, they stole the money. They made everybody else slaves, and they liars, and they're thieves, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. At the end of the day, not everybody's like that. So, but now we're in the 21st century. You got to say, okay, how was they able to keep this money and pass it down to their kids and this, that, and the other? Well, they're smiling. They're smiling a lot, And, there's been a trend where there's people come out and say that they're gay. There's a trend that people come out and say all the black men were dating all the white women. And why was they dating the white women? Because guess what, black women? Because you guys wasn't accepted to the black men. Okay? They was like, well, they're nice and you're not. Well, you want to be angry about it, but, I'm gonna just be honest with you. The government kind of planned it like that to divide us up. They gave this welfare, they gave the low income, then they gave the food stamps, and then they turned around and said, you can't have this man in your house. And you was like, well, shoot, why would I need a man? Why would I need a man when, the government is giving me a house, low income, food stamps, and I get a check? So you started, treating that man like, ooh, And so he ran to somebody that said, hey, you're a man, and that's how that happened. Okay, the government had a lot to do with that. I'm just going to be honest with you. And we as black women, we fell for that crap, okay? But at the end of the day, they got to seeing how the white women, they don't worry. They didn't worry. They're nice, Are they? Some people like, they dumb. They dumb. They just do whatever. No, they stay in their place. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not dumb. They're not dumb. How can they be dumb? They work. Now they got a person that'll work, whether they working or not working or whatever. And, that's the one I was speaking of. I'm not racist either, but I don't eat spicy foods. I can't learn anything from the Hispanic people. I haven't learned anything from them. And, I've got nieces and nephews that are Hispanic. And they don't speak a lick of English. I don't hate them or anything like that. It's just, I don't think they've been around long enough to learn from them yet, because they've got a lot of their own culture into them, and their culture is really like a survival culture. So let me tell you something. To be honest with you, they're in a better situation than we are, and we've been here forever. I'm just being honest with you. Just telling you the truth. You guys, hold on. Let me see something. I see a light flickering. Hold on. Hey, Papa. How you doing? Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So, anywho's, you guys, she says true facts, true facts. So, anywho's, yeah, that's life in a nutshell. And we have to learn that sometimes you ain't got to come out and say, yeah, we were being stupid and because our families, some of our families, our moms and our dads or whatever that we came from, because we're an older culture, an older generation. So my mom, she was a welfare recipient. So I knew about the cheese and the lines that you got to stand in to get potted meat and all of that stuff, and make some spam sandwich, not ham but spam. And it was good if you fried it right and put some cheese on it, put some of that government cheese on it. I mean, that was some good eating. So sometimes y'all complain about stuff, but that was some really good eating. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, when we got that food, we actually needed it. You know what I'm saying? We actually needed it. Now, my family was not doing really bad, because I did have a stepfather that had a really good job, and then he worked on the side too. And she said, don't forget about the bologna, girl. We knew how to spell Oscar Mayer and bologna, B-O-L-O-G-N-A. And can't nobody in here can't tell me that is not how to spell bologna. There's just certain things that you grew up, and that's how you learned how to spell it. You sung that song, and you was probably eating that sandwich, or mama was making the sandwich, or cooking it, frying it, or whatever. That big old chunk of bologna and spam and all that spam in the can. And so anyway, sometimes when you're in your need of survival, don't look at it as a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? If you have to eat the air sandwich and the wish me sandwich and all that other stuff, eat it. Thank God. Because I guarantee you, there's something in the kitchen. My kids will tell you, I could call my daughter and she was like, Mama, I remember we ate cans of corn. Girl, be happy that you had a can of anything. Okay? Hello? Because you only remember the bad time that we had. But we was not poor. I've always worked 2 jobs. Always put food on the table. Like I said, I do not have a problem. I don't have pride to go stand in a line and get a bag. I'll go get a bag of something now, because we ain't got no food in the kitchen. It doesn't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? I just don't have to do it now. We don't have none because I'm not going to the store every day. We waste too much food. But and that's one thing too you're gonna have to look at. If you were really hungry, you would not be choosy. I'm choosy. That's because I'm really not hungry. When I'm hungry, I'll get up. And I'll cook something. I don't even like eggs. This morning when I got off work, I cooked me some eggs. I had me an egg and cheese sandwich. Thank you, Lord. So anyway, you guys, don't quit complaining so much. Be good. Be great. Be nice to each other. I'm going to get off of here, and because I got to go to work tonight. And sometimes I'm just going to tell you guys something that I have looked at. I have been very, very distant with my other job. And so they asked me to take another case. I told them no. I just didn't say no. I was like, But and I told them, then I was like, well, y'all didn't even pass me on myself. Well, we was looking at that. We passed you on this. We didn't pass you on that. I was like, okay. Well, but no. Okay. Well, then the person that didn't pass me, she gonna calling me today talking about, I'm just checking to see how you doing. Is there anything we could do? No, there's nothing you could do. I don't want to work. I've got enough work. Thank you very much. You know, like they realize we hurt her feelings. You didn't hurt my feelings. You hurt yourself. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I seen what you just did. You sit there, tell me to come in so that you can act like you got control over my life when you don't. There was nothing wrong that I did. I just didn't present it the way you wanted me to present it. I just didn't kiss your tail the way you wanted me to kiss your tail. And then you still didn't give it to me. Why? When I just seen you gave it to somebody that didn't know what the heck they were doing. I showed you. I knew. But then you want to sit there and be like, oh, I just don't feel comfortable giving it to you. Okay. You're gonna need me before I need you. I didn't argue about it. I didn't complain about it. I just was like, well, okay. Now you're calling me, talking about, can you do the work? No, I'm over here working. See, sometimes you got to go with where people are really wanting you and not playing games. We got kids now that is in authority, and they play these games with older people. I'm not gonna do that. I knew what it was when it happened. I was angry about it. I think Margie was with me. When I say with me, she was on the phone when it happened, and I came home. It wasted a whole freaking day of my day playing with these kids. You got to remember something. If you're still working, you're probably working for somebody that is younger than you. Get over it. They don't have the same mindsetting that you have. And if you're trying to make extra money out there, there's ways to make extra money without being in that. If you get twos and fews in your pocket, don't go buy the food, eat it, and then say, I'm broke. You may have to go buy a t-shirt or two and then stand on the corner and sell that t-shirt until you got your money back. Now you can go buy food, and now you go buy another t-shirt and sell the t-shirt. So these people that comes to me, you're being old as you are, you know how to make it work. Make it work. You know what I'm saying? And I say, LSP, you're saying it like it is so easy. It is. That's what you do. You gotta do. She said the milkman brought us the eggs, milk, bag of beans. Girl, I remember the milkman. We had milk sitting on our porch. I remember the milkman. And we had eggs. We had powdered eggs. If you really want to know something, if you want to know where the eggs, if you really get, we had powdered eggs and we had powdered milk. So you didn't waste food. You made food when you wanted to eat. You had powdered eggs and you had powdered milk too. You talking about when the milkman, was you around when the milk was in a bag and it was powdered? And you mix it with water and you make your milk? Girl, the government knows this stuff. That's called survival. So I know for a fact I have to be older than you, because you're talking about the milkman. Oh, I lived through that too. But I was around when the milk was, like I said, and it wasn't in a box, it was in a bag. And you just pour the milk in a cup or a jug. You put your water in there and you shake it, and you put it in the refrigerator. And anytime you want to eat cereal, you eat all the cereal you want, all the milk you want. You didn't run out of milk because we had all the powdered milk we wanted. Hello. Anyway, you guys, I am hungry. We've been talking about the food. She said, hey, family, can't speak individually, but I'm listening. Yeah, some of us, we lived in a, we feel like we lived in a nice, and we had it better than that. Some of us have. And so we didn't know them people that had it like that, because we all stayed amongst ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So not everybody had it that hard, but for the ones that has, LaKendra probably had it a little bit nicer than us. And she's passing alone down the road. Ain't mad at you, girl. Because those experiences made us who we are today. Some of us grew from it, and some of us didn't. I tell you what, it is a terrible thing when, you're trying to figure out what you're going to eat. And, you got to make changes in your life. You just got to make changes in your life. You get your dime or a dollar, you got to make changes. You can't spend it all and then say, I'm hungry, because you gotta buy, $1.30 something. If you gotta buy 3 things of rice, you buy nothing but rice and eat rice. Buy nothing but ramen noodles, eat ramen noodles. That way you're gonna have something, because you can always put something with the ramen noodles or with the rice. You can go down to the Quick Trip or the filling station and get some of their spices or something and throw it in there. Throw some. I know it's gonna sound nasty, but if you have some rice, throw a little relish in there with it, or throw a little mustard in there with it, or something, or some of their little seasoned salsa. It's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. Y'all tripping. Y'all tripping. Y'all straight tripping. Straight tripping. And go to the Dollar Tree and go get 1 can of salsa or something. And salt and pepper. You got to learn how to eat, And you eat that all week or something. Quit spending all the money. Sometimes that's why people sell their food stamps. They do. And I don't get mad at them. I don't hate people to do that. But anyway, you guys, I'm just telling you, there's ways to make it, and you just got to do what you got to do. I'm going to get off of here. You guys be good, be great, always be nice to everybody, and just, God bless you guys. Hey, hold on. I forgot to give a shout out to somebody that was in the chat. I just seen this. Lord, who was that? Let me give a shout out. I don't see it. It was Miss Didi. Let me give a shout out to Miss Didi. I'm sorry, girlfriend. Give a shout out for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat, Miss Didi. I see you in the building. I didn't see that. I'm glad somebody reached out and said, Miss Didi gave you a super chat. I'm sorry, Miss Didi. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Let's see here. Let's rock. Yeah. And Miss Didi, your number is 7929843, 7929844. Thank you for the super chat. I'll see you guys Monday at 3 p.m. Central Time.